It is a big day. For the first time, internal emails from TikTok have been made public. This was a little bit sneaky. So Kentucky sues TikTok. The legal complaints in these lawsuits are usually redacted, meaning whole sections are blacked out. But Kentucky Public Radio somehow gets their hands on secret parts of the lawsuit and publishes it. NPR picked it up, and now everyone knows that TikTok is harming kids. Here's what TikTok doesn't want you to know. So TikTok internally determined the precise amount of viewing it takes to form a habit, an addiction to their product. That is 260 videos. And with videos as short as 8 seconds, a TikTok user can become addicted in just 35 minutes. TikTok's own research states, quote, compulsive usage correlates with a slew of negative mental health effects like loss of analytical skills, memory formation, contextual thinking, conversational depth, empathy, and increased anxiety. TikTok is saying this about TikTok. And despite TikTok pretending to care about kids by giving parents tools that can limit their usage, internal documents show a TikTok project manager saying, our goal is not to reduce time spent. So get this part. TikTok prioritizes, quote, beautiful people. You heard that right. So internal report by TikTok found that a high volume of, quote, not attractive subjects were filling up everyone's app. So in response, TikTok retooled its algorithm to amplify users the company viewed as beautiful. What? Who do you consider to be not attractive subjects, and what is beautiful to TikTok? I'm going to have to process that one, so let's keep going. TikTok states ad nauseum that they support the safety and well-being of teens, but their main goal is to keep teens on TikTok. An unnamed TikTok executive talked about the reason kids watch TikTok is because of the powerful algorithm. He followed with, quote, but I think we need to be cognizant of what it might mean for other opportunities. He continues, when I say other opportunities, I literally mean sleep and eating and moving around the room and looking at someone in the eyes, end quote. Are sleeping and eating and moving and interacting face-to-face opportunities, or are they literally necessary to survive? TikTok is admitting that their product makes it hard for children to do the things they need to do to survive. Moving on, TikTok is internally reporting that 95% of smartphone users in the US under 17 use TikTok. Their average time spent per day, 107 minutes. And TikTok recently rolled out a bunch of tools to help parents reduce the children's dependence on TikTok. Guess what the result was? A 1-minute decrease. The average time spent per day went down 1 minute with the tools they provided, showing, and they admitted internally, that these tools don't work. And for TikTok, younger is better. Their internal research stating that, quote, as expected, the younger the user, the better the performance. And when children under 13 are reported to the platform, they do nothing. Moderators are being told to not take action on reports of underage users unless the users use the correct birth date, but they had to lie in the first place to get on the platform. And this is all why the U.S. Department of Justice sued TikTok a couple months ago for violating federal laws protecting the data of kids under 13. TikTok is knowingly and repeatedly violating our children's privacy rights. Let's talk about suicide content on TikTok. We all know it's there, and employees do too. One employee said, quote, there are lots of videos mentioning suicide. Their own study at TikTok found self-harm videos that had more than 75,000 views before TikTok even noticed they were there. Eating disorders? Check. TikTok research found that content on their platform promoting eating disorders, often called thinspiration, are leading users to disordered eating, low self-esteem, and depression. And what about underage users who are stripping for money on TikTok Live? We got that too. TikTok internally found that in just 1 month, 1 million gifts were sent to children engaged in transactional behavior like stripping on the TikTok Live video feed. I will end there with a quote from Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman. TikTok was specifically designed to be an addiction machine, targeting children who are still in the process of developing appropriate self-control. It doesn't take much for our kids to fall headfirst into a digital world of unrealistic beauty standards, bullying, and low self-esteem. If we don't hold TikTok accountable, our children will suffer the very real consequences. Nothing less than their mental, physical, and emotional health are on the line. And while these lawsuits progress, how about we parents just keep our kids off TikTok, block it from their devices, and maybe, please, maybe stop using it yourself?